Pakistan was created in 1947 as a homeland for the Indian subcontinent's Muslims. But Islam arrived in the region over 1,000 years before that. From Sufi saints to sword-bearing conquerors, Persian court elites to oppressed caste converts, Islam came to what it is now Pakistan through many different paths. But Pakistan's official story only tells you the part of the truth. In this video, we break down the real history of Islam's entry into what is today called as Pakistan. It had spiritual, political and caste dynamics, and how it shaped the identity of a country still struggling to define itself. Before any conquest, Islam arrived quietly, not in Sindh, but on the Malabar coast of India. Arab traders had been coming to Kerala and Sri Lanka for centuries before Prophet Muhammad's time, riding the monsoon winds to buy spices. After the 7th century, these trade routes became the earliest channels of Islam into South Asia. Key point: Islam's earliest influence came through commerce and not conquest. The first military encounter came in 711 CE when Muhammad bin Qasim, a teenage general from the Umayyad Caliphate, invaded Sindh. His campaign followed a pirate attack on an Arab ship. A diplomatic dispute with Raja Dahir turned into a full-blown invasion. But Qasim didn't force conversions. He granted dhimmi status to Hindus and Buddhists, allowing them to keep their temples, taxes and traditions. A pragmatic policy, not religious tolerance, mind you. Still, this marked a very large civilizational shift. Islamic rule had arrived in India face to face with the Vedic civilization. While conquest opened the gates, it was the Sufi mystics again who walked through them. From the 12th century onward, Sufi saints spread across Punjab, Sindh, and even the mountains of Gilgit, Baltistan, just the way we explained Kashmir. They were not just preachers, they were doctors, agriculturists, even mediators. They offered hope to the poor, dignity to the landless, and emotional comfort to the broken, just how evangelicals work. They built dargahs that attracted both Hindus and Muslims. Punjab's landscape still bears their legacy with shrines like Baba Farid, Data Ganj Baksh and Bahauddin Zakaria drawing thousands of people even today. So many converts came from marginalized communities, Jats, Dalits and even some local tribes. Why? Because Sufis and rulers bought something else with Islam, a little bit of technology. Underground water canals, Persian wheels and new irrigation systems turned the dry regions of Sindh and Punjab into fertile farmland. Peasants became landowners. Landless men found upward mobility all of a sudden, but only if they converted. So conversion was not just spiritual, it was an economic incentive where they said, we'll give you this, but this is the condition under which you'll have to do this. So it was sort of forced. Many say people converted to Islam to escape caste oppression. But in Pakistan today, caste has not disappeared, it has just changed form. Sayyids claim descent from the Prophet and dominate religious authority even today. Pasmandas, the Muslim Dalits, face discrimination, exclusion and violence, especially in Sindh and southern Punjab. Dr. B.R. Ambedkar rejected Islam for this very reason. He knew caste was not just a Hindu problem, but also Muslim societies had their own hierarchies masked in the language of purity and lineage. Pakistan, which claims to be caste-free, has over 40 castes, many officially listed in government documents. In Gilgit, Baltistan, Islam came centuries after Qasim, through missionaries like Sayyid Ali Hamadani in the 14th century, just Kashmir. Here Islam blended with the Buddhist and the local traditions initially, and new sects like the Nur Bakshis emerged, aiming to transcend the Sunni-Shia divides. And in Punjab, Islam's growth was largely Sufi-led. But by the 17th century, stricter voices like Sheikh Ahmad Sirindi pushed for orthodoxy, paving the way for a conservative thought that would later dominate the Pakistani Islam. Today, Punjab makes up 60% of Pakistan's population. Nearly all of them are Muslim, but they do not follow the same Islam. From the 10th century onwards, Persian-speaking elites from Central Asia and Iran moved into the Indian courts, especially under the Delhi Sultanate and the Mughals. They saw themselves as superior not just to Hindus but also to lower caste Muslim converts. They brought with them Persian architecture, law, poetry, and a ruling culture that still survives in Pakistan's elite circles today. The Urdu language, which is Pakistan's official tongue, is itself a product of this fusion between Persian and local dialects. And Pakistan is an Islamized state. It is not an Islamic state. Why? Pakistan's founders wanted a Muslim majority homeland, but today's Islamized Pakistan goes far beyond that. Ahmadis are not allowed to call themselves Muslims. Minorities face daily harassment. Blasphemy laws carry death penalty. Even Christians and Hindus who convert to Islam remain Dalit in the eyes of the society. Napak, impure. Islam in Pakistan became a tool of state identity and not just religious belief. And in that process, centuries of cultural diversity, caste complexity, and syncretic traditions were either erased or violently suppressed. Islam did not arrive in Pakistan with a bang. It came in waves, first through trade, then conquest, then saints, migration, and caste fractures. What exists today in Pakistan is not just a religion, but a political identity forged in war, hierarchy, and power. And the deeper you look into its history, the more you see. The story is not about faith, it's about who gets to define it. And that is the sad reality of Islam in Pakistan today.